Okay, Potato Cam here. I am driving home from the gym on this very rainy, very miserable Sunday morning, but I just felt great at the gym. Amazing, actually. My goal is by April, by the half marathon, to consistently be running 7 miles an hour for 60 minutes on the treadmill. Today I did 58 minutes at 7 miles an hour, and then I started my kick and I did a minute at 7.5 and then a minute at 8.5 miles an hour, and I felt great. I felt amazing. I'm really surprised at how good I felt, seeing as the other day I felt like crap and I only ran for 45 minutes. We're supposed to be going to a Punk Rock Flea Market in like 2 or 3 hours. Now I gotta get home, get showered, get changed, get some food in me, and get ready and check out this Punk Rock Flea Market. We've been to one in Philly before, but I've never been to a local one, so let's see how the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area handles a Punk Rock Flea Market. Now I'm all sweaty. Today was a little bit of a bust. We did go to the Punk Rock Flea Market. I got my X on my hand, but it wasn't that big. It was like a 50 by 100 foot room. There were a decent amount of vendors. I bought Amy this cat. Yes, that is a cat. It's made out of a recycled sweater. It was pretty cool. They were adopting them out, so we got one. The one thing I thought was kind of funny, there was a DJ there. He was spinning records. He was also using a MacBook Pro. I will call him a DJ because he had 2 turntables with records on them. So I guess as long as you have turntables with records, you could still be an actual DJ. If you're just playing music from an iTunes playlist, you're not a DJ. You're just someone that spent a lot of money on an overpriced computer. Sorry. It's even worse if you have an iPad. I'm going to call it quits for Sunday, unless something else happens. I don't think we're leaving the house. It's still raining, so Oliver's probably not going to go for a walk. Let's see if I don't get murdered tomorrow. If I don't get murdered tomorrow, and what is going to take place works out, there will be a project in store. If I get murdered, you'll never see this. What's about to happen is I'm going to trade my yellow Haro for a different bike. I'm trading this bike for what supposedly is a chromoly frame, freestyle frame. But the kid's not 100% sure. I think this might be a young kid, but it's okay because this bike that I'm trading is worth a decent amount of money. And the bike that I'm getting I think is worth less, but this bike is old. So I think it's going to be a pretty even swap. So I think all in all, it's going to work out in both of our favors. Bubble wrap. This might be the worst possible time for me to be going to Scranton because it's 5 o'clock, everyone's getting out of work, there's going to be traffic. But I'd rather get this over with now while there's still some daylight left, just to make sure nothing goes wrong. I made this deal through Let Go, which someone owns it. I want to say it's a Google bought it. But there was Let Go, and then there was another one, and I tried selling some stuff through there before. I actually made a deal for a guitar trade. Ooh, man. Probably right before I started vlogging. And Scott and I drove down about an hour south to meet up with this dude and do the trade. And the guy texted me, replied earlier in the day, said, okay, you know, everything's good to go. I'll be there at this time. And I get there, and the guy says, oh, I'm running 20 minutes late. All right, so we go over. It was like an Arby's or something, so we got something to eat. And then we sat there for like an hour. The guy never responded again. Like not even a sorry or anything, just completely blew us off. If you didn't want to make the guitar trade, Okay, didn't have to make the tar trade. You know, if that's the worst that happens is I get blown off, that's cool. I don't want to get robbed or murdered. Both of those would be crappy options. So, you know, hopefully everything works out well. That's why I'm trying to get there while there's still a little bit of daylight left. Moment of truth. I'm like 2 blocks away. Let's see, if I don't check back in like 10 minutes, I got murdered. Or kidnapped. Or kidnapped and then murdered. Or robbed. Or kidnapped, robbed, and then murdered. The most treacherous thing was trying to climb up the icy steps. I did Google Maps before I came, and there is a driveway that goes up back, so that's probably how they get in and out of their house, because the front is right on a super busy road, and there are super steep steps, and neither side were shoveled or salted. Other than that, quick and easy. There's no chain on this bike. The picture there was a chain, but he said it broke. But I can get a chain for like 10 bucks, and he's gonna need to buy a freewheel for about 10 bucks, but I did get an extra rear wheel, so I guess it's a win-win. It's a chromoly frame, which is what I wanted. It's a black mongoose frame. Well, he said it's mongoose with, I forget what bars and like diamondback pedals, but it's got red components, which is fine. The red with the OD might actually look good, so I'm probably not going to paint the bars right away, but I'm going to, this bike's going to be a quick project. I will take the bike apart, I will scuff it up, I'll throw a layer of primer on, and then I'll get some OD paint and I'll clear coat it. Like a matte finish is what I'm going for. And the red parts might look kind of cool, so that's the bike squeaking in the back. I might touch up the pedals. They looked a little dingy, so I got some red paint left over from hitting some scooter parts up. So it'll be a project in the future. Once I get home, I'll give you a quick overview of this bike. All right, see you in a bit. He spray painted the back tire silver. Silver back tire. Okay, we've got a new bike. It needs some work. Let's check it out. For starters, this barcode here means the bike was bought second-hand. It has a Haro seat, diamondback pedals. It's got a mongoose headset and grips. He told me this frame was a mongoose. Oh, look at my rags all fell down. This was definitely a freestyle bike, older one. This is the remnants of a gyro. This piece here is part of the cup. This is the lower half of the gyro, which I'm not sure. I can't remember if I can remove this. There may or may not be a cup underneath it. A cup is like this little flange piece here. That's actually a cup. And that is a silver spray painted back tire. Don't know why he did that. There's the other wheel and tire. There she is. These are for the front brakes. I'm not going to run front brakes, so I'm probably going to lob the tips of these off and grind them down just so there's less crap in the way. I may or may not cut these off. I had planned on running back brakes. The thing with the pictures he had, it had a chain on it, and it also had a brake cable. There was no brake, but the brake cable is kind of wrapped around the rear end of the frame. I'm happy it was an even trade. I was thinking about what I wanted to do was sell that bike and use the money and buy another bike. Why spend 300 bucks when I got an even swap? This needs parts. I do have a chain for a fixed gear bike. I think it's the same ratio. It's going to be way too long, but I'll just use my I could take links out of the chain and I can make it the right size. So I can put a chain on it. This silver, I don't know why you paint the tire silver. Okay, well, we didn't get murdered. We didn't get robbed. I didn't get held at gunpoint, knife point, anything like that. So everything worked out okay. The kid definitely went to Scranton High. He was probably like 16, 17 years old. I would honestly place a higher value on the bike that I traded than this bike here. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can like by giving me a big thumbs up. You can subscribe by hitting that big red button down below or clicking on my floating head at the end of this video. Thank you.